we're talking with Andrea now, where she's going to tell us all about owner's insurance, how first land title does. And again, what are we talking about? Owner's insurance, and then where do you guys come in?
For the title company?
Yeah.
We do the owner's insurance is going to help you as the consumer, as the buyer of the property. You want to make sure when you buy that property, that you own the property. There's no...
But now, wait a second. I paid money for it, or I signed a loan. Of course I own it, right?
Well, we're doing the title search
to
make sure that we're ensuring that you own the property, that you are the owner of the property.
Okay.
We've done the title search, making sure there's no errors, making sure we're transferring that properly. That protects you if somebody missed something in the county records. Say for there was a deed that was unrecorded.
All right.
That they try to come back and say, hey, I own this property. Or say for the seller was married and didn't disclose that. And the wife comes back and tries to take the property.
Okay.
That's it's protecting, that you own that property and your taxes are paid up to date when we transfer that property and there are no liens on that property. Or say for there was something missed in the record, such as a mortgage on the property. Your owner's policy protects you from that because it was an error on the county records. Somebody calls and says, no, I'm going to foreclose on this property because I own it. The owner's policy protects you from that.
Because the county, if it was their error somehow, they wouldn't take responsibility and say, sorry, right, that would never happen.
No. So that's what we do. We just make sure that,
okay.
Should there be a case where we have to open a case, you bought a property and they're coming back, then your title insurance would cover all your attorney fees.
Okay, that's good.
And they would have to reimburse you, say for they did find out, like, no, this is wrong and this should be somebody else's property.
I get my money back that I paid for the property?
Mm-hmm. That's what your title insurance. You're insured for the property amount.
Okay, that's a really good insurance to have.
The
definitely.
purchase amount.
Boy, it's like it's not as easy as buying a piece of property and going, hey, here's a deal, and have a handshake and give you money. There's like all sorts of junk that could be buried.
Right. We make it look easy.
Yeah.
For everything that we do, the research we do, we make it look simple. We take care of, we deal with the realtor, the lender. We're the third party, so we deal with the buyer, the seller. They don't communicate at all.
Yeah.
Anything, if we have liens on the property, we take care of all the payoffs, the special tax searches. If we need disclosures like City of Cleveland disclosures, we do the survey. We're the one to compile all the documentation and try to make it simple as possible, keep everybody informed. And then we just call them and say, okay, it's time to close. We collect their money. We get all the bank documents. We collect their money. We actually transfer the property and we actually disperse all the funds and then call them to let them know the property has been transferred. We try to simplify the process so they don't know everything we do behind the scenes.
That's great, because and if we did know as buyers, we wouldn't know what to do anyway.
Right, and plus a lot of people would be so worried. They'd be worried every step of the way, like, oh my God, is there a mortgage on my property? Now what happens? And it's more information if the everyday consumer doesn't know, it's just going to worry them.
And that's why we sign all those papers at closing. Mm-hmm. That's all what went into putting together and producing all those papers and ensuring them.
Yes, a lot of people think that they don't need the title insurance because they're like, oh, I Googled this address and it just shows this, and this. Well, things could be misindexed as well. So that's why we do run names. We do run the parcel numbers.
You guys are basically detectives,
yes.
sort of like land detectives and tax detectives and all.
Yes,
okay.
A lot of research goes behind the title. What we actually do, title insurance.
I'm just curious. Is there any? You've been doing this for a long time. Is there anything different today or in the past 10 years, and your abilities to search that make it you can search even deeper, more thorough than it was 10 years ago, or is it pretty much no? It's always been.
I would say it's pretty much the same.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of things are on computer now.
Sure, yeah.
They just scan them, so they're on the computer versus that we actually used to have somebody go to the courthouse and pull all the books. I mean, we still do have that.
Yeah.
Where they have to pull out the big books.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.